You know, it's pretty wild how much you can learn about a new album before you've even heard a single note. Sometimes just a simple pre-release page is like a little treasure map full of clues. So today, we're going to put that theory to the test and break down everything we can find on the digital preview for Jane Remover's upcoming album, Revenge Seekers.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start with a quick glance at the basic stats. Then we'll try to decode the track list. After that, we'll zoom in on the one and only feature, put the album into the context of our whole career, and finally, piece it all together.
Okay, first up, let's just look at the raw numbers, the top-line stats that give us a sense of the scale of this thing.
Boom! Right off the bat, we've got 12 songs. So we're not talking about a little EP or a couple of singles here. This is a full-length project, a complete body of work.
And get this, those 12 tracks clock in at 49 minutes and 26 seconds. That is just shy of 50 minutes. That tells you this is meant to be a substantial artistic statement. It's an album you're meant to live in for a while, not just a quick listen.
So you gotta ask, right? In an age of singles and short-form content, what does it mean when an artist drops a project this big? Well, it signals some serious confidence. It means they've got a whole world they want to build and a clear vision for it.
All right, moving on from the numbers, let's get to the words. The song titles are really our first peek into the album's actual personality and tone.
So here's the full list. Just take a second to scan these. You get an immediate vibe, don't you? It's this awesome mix of really evocative imagery, stuff like angels in camo, and then just pure raw energy.
And this is where it all starts clicking together. You see titles like Psycho Boost, Turn Up or Die, and of course, Professional Vengeance. They all tie directly back to the album's title, Revenge Seekers. It feels like we're looking at a super cohesive project, all built around this aggressive, maybe even confrontational theme. And then there's this, the explicit rating. Just look at that chart. 11 out of the 12 songs are marked explicit. That's basically the entire album. This tells us the lyrical content is going to be completely unfiltered, probably super intense, and very, very direct. Okay, so in a big album like this, when you only see one guest artist, that name becomes incredibly important. You know that was a very deliberate choice, so it really deserves its own focus.
And that one single feature is Danny Brown. Think about that. Across nearly 50 minutes of music, he is the only collaboration. That makes this track a massive statement piece for the whole album.
This pairing is just fascinating. What in the world happens when you smash Jane Remover's genre-bending style together with Danny Brown's completely unique, chaotic vocal delivery? It has to be something wildly experimental and boundary-pushing. For sure, this is going to be a highlight.
So now let's zoom out a little bit. Where does Revenge Seekers fit into Jane Remover's career as a whole? Well, the More by Jane Remover section gives us all the context we need to figure that out.
If you look at her major releases, a really clear pattern starts to show. We got the album Frailty in 2021, Census Designated in 2023, and now Revenge Seekers is lined up for 2025. It's like clockwork, a major full-length project every 2 years. That's incredibly consistent.
And this chart here gives you the full picture. It's not just about the big albums. Her discography shows this constant stream of EPs and singles dropping in between. So this isn't an artist who just disappears for years at a time. She has this constant, prolific creative output.
So, let's put all the pieces of the puzzle together. What is the complete picture that this one simple page has painted for us about this new album?
It's actually a lot. Just from this metadata, we know 4 huge things. Number 1, this is a substantial artistic statement. 2, it's built around a really aggressive and cohesive theme of vengeance. 3, it has one singular, high-impact feature with Danny Brown. And 4, it continues her pattern of being a remarkably consistent and prolific artist.
So, without hearing a single song, we've managed to get a surprisingly vivid idea of what's coming, which really just leaves one final question for you. Based on all these clues, what part of Revenge Seekers are you most excited for? The theme, the sound, or that massive collaboration?